Are you really interested in becoming a coach, but you're not quite sure whether or not you could get clients? Are you already a coach, somebody that loves what you do and what you can bring to the world, but you're not really sure about this whole selling thing? Well, stick around in this episode because I'm going to show you how to get your first paying client in your coaching practice. There are many coaches out there who do an amazing job at coaching people. The biggest challenge is there's so many out there that are the best kept secret. There are so many out there that cannot get clients. So what I want to do in this episode is just give you some different thoughts and distinctions than what you probably think I'm going to be talking about that are going to help you to get your first client. Over the years, when I have been working with coaches and trainers and help them to get their first client, they'll come back to me and go, "I got a great client. What do I do now?" And simply what they need to do, and what I tell them every time, is just do what you did to get the first one. So the biggest hurdle to overcome is that first client. We can go to any great coach marketer. People like the amazing Taki Moore, who I invested with for many years, and he taught me so much. And he'll teach you about attract, convert, deliver, and scale. And he's the best in the world at doing that. There are many other marketing strategies that you might have heard of, and people need to know you, like you, and trust you before they can buy, repeat, refer. These are all things that are very pertinent and real. But what I want to do is I want to come from a totally different perspective today to help you to understand that the first client that you need to get is you. Whenever I'm running any of our certification programs, any of our programs that help our coaches to be able to give greater value to their clients, I always recommend and encourage them to go through the program for themselves first, to grow and to make the changes and the shifts that their coaching will bring to others first. Now, you've heard me say, and I stand by this, that it's not about having it all together being a coach. It's not about making sure that you're perfect and you've got everything sorted out before you can help anyone else. No. As I've talked about before in previous episodes, it's exactly the opposite of that. We talked about last week that the best way to coach is out of your own journey of being imperfect. What I am talking about is for you to be able to get coaching clients. There are things that you are believing, there are behaviors that you are operating in that are going to stop you from doing the things that these great coach marketing experts will teach you. The secret of every great program that you go on is not the information. It's in the implementation. By making yourself your first coaching client, you can shift the roadblocks that would stop you from implementing the things that you learn on your coach certification, on your marketing coach training, whatever it is that you're doing to help you to grow your practice. A lot of the work that I do now in our growth coach mentoring group is about getting the coaches, the trainers, the consultants ready to take the next step. Rather than just giving them more information. I remember in my corporate career, every year we would get in a sales trainer. And that sales trainer would do some great work. I would pay about $10,000 or more, and they would impart knowledge to our sales team. Then, though, on the following Monday, I would still see salespeople going through the same process that they did before, where they looked left and right and said, well, which way am I going to go? And the reason was the training itself wasn't the problem. We did very similar training the year before and they weren't implementing that. So what I learned to do was find out what was stopping them from employing the training that I'd spent my money on the year before and they weren't using. So the same thing applies here for you as you're becoming a coach. Or as I said, if you are already a coach and you're looking to get things moving, you need to give yourself the space and permission to remove those roadblocks out of your way, to self-coach, if you will, and to take yourself through a process so that you are ready to serve at the highest level. One of the biggest reasons why coaches do not get clients is they have a problem around money. I know myself for many, many years, coming from a background of scarcity, that was something that held me back. I did quite well, but I could have done way more than what I did if I'd have overcome the challenges that I had, the beliefs that I had around money. There's also beliefs that you might have around who you are and your ability to stand out in front of people and be an expert. So there's many things that could hold you back from implementing what I'm teaching you and taking that into the coaching practice. So let me give you 3 key areas. And by the way, if you are really interested in going deeper in this, I've got a 5-day challenge that I am running, and it starts next week, and then I'll be doing it again, where I take you through a deep coaching process to help you to be ready to accept the clients that are just waiting for you. So the 3 things that we need to do first are, number 1, we need to go through a mindset makeover. A mindset makeover is where we take the mindsets, the beliefs that we've got about ourselves, about the world, and we rinse them off. We wring them out. We flip them. We change them so that they're going to actually empower us to go out there as a coach and enable us to ask people to be our client. So in the mindset makeover, it's about making a shift. It's about looking at what you believe about yourself, what you have conditioned yourself to believe because of the meanings that you put on events, on things that people said about you in the past, and turning those from being an anchor into being an engine that propels you forward and allows you and gives you permission to be a coach. So step 1 is to go through some self-coaching around your mindset. The second part that we need to operate in and do some work around is our area of intention. It's about knowing where it is that we want to go. It's about setting a plan and having results that we want to achieve in our coaching practice. We need to be able to work out and get back to what it is that we got into coaching for and where it is that we want our practice to take us. Yes, your main focus in your coaching will be about your clients. However, there has to be a greater intrinsic benefit to you than helping others. There needs to be some sort of result that you're after. So the second thing you want to do is get some clarity around that and then work out what has held you back from getting those results in the past. A lot of those would have been the mindsets that we just talked about. However, there will be practical and physical behaviors that you operate in that are holding you back. So the second area is to get yourself clear on what it is that you want and what could hold you back. And the third area that you want to be coached in, whether that be by yourself or with help from others, is around positioning yourself as an authority. It's about authenticating yourself and going, yes, I can be a coach. I have a life experience and I have education that helps me to help others. And because I've dealt with those limiting and false beliefs in my mindset, I've worked on the behaviors, I've set a plan, I know why I'm doing this, I now feel confident and certain that I'm meant to do this. So there's the 3 things that I suggest you work on with your first client. Obviously, to do that, you need to make a decision right now that you have a client and it's you. I want to remind you again that what I'm not saying here is that you need to work on you before you start your practice. What I want you to do is work on the foundation as you build your practice. If you're interested in knowing more about the Roadblock Eliminator, then get in touch and let me know. I'll hook you up with some training that'll help you to overcome the roadblocks that are in your way, to clear the path for you to get not just yourself as a client, but many more clients. I've said it for weeks now. There are people waiting right now, more than ever. There are people that need you and coaches like you to be able to help them to navigate the challenges that they're going through right now. I know you probably thought I was going to teach you techniques and skills around getting other people as clients. Let me help you to understand that I have. Getting yourself ready to work with other clients, getting yourself ready to ask people to come on board with you is a key element in being able to attract, convert, deliver, and scale your practice. Well, that's it for me for another week. Join me again next week, where I'm going to help you to know how to set up an online coaching practice. I'll see you then.